Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine and today we're going to be reviewing the products that I use to achieve this makeup look. Now I solely used cream and liquid products, which I don't normally do, but I wanted to challenge myself and I am really happy with how my makeup turned out. There are a lot of products that I used in the past that I thought I liked, but in the present I don't like so much anymore. Now we're going to go through each one and I really hope you enjoy this video. It would mean so much to me if you subscribed and let me know down in the comments what your name is and where you're from. Let's connect and let's get to know one another more. So without further ado, grab a drink, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get into it. So the first product is this. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, and honestly, the last time I used this was maybe a year ago, and I'm just going to read from the website what it says. I have mine in the shade 425 Linen, and it says, our most lightweight coverage, 24-hour waterproof, sweatproof, transfer-proof, staying power formula. It's a thin texture, it glides onto the skin to create a second skin feel, and it's medium buildable coverage. Now to go through each one just right off the bat from using it, I did mix it in with a jojoba oil, and I did notice that the foundation tended to settle in certain areas of the face more than others, and it could be because I mixed it with the jojoba oil, but I think next time I'm just going to apply the jojoba oil or the moisturizer beforehand and then go in with the foundation. I did use a brush, and I think that this specific foundation would look better applied with a sponge, because I did go in afterward with a sponge and I did notice that it was doing a little bit better of a job. It's a medium buildable coverage. I would have to agree with that. It is quite a thinner formula, which is nice because that allows for most of the product to spread throughout the entirety of the face. Now, the nice thing about adding the jojoba oil to this foundation was that it actually oxidized and darkened, which was beneficial for me because my skin right now is a little bit more on the tanned side. Says that it's breathable, lightweight, and there's 30 shades from just initial use, because the last time I used it was a year ago, so it's been a while. But yeah, I like it. I like the thin formula. I like the way it actually melts into the skin after sitting for a while, and I think it blended really nicely with all the other products. Like, it does look, I think, really pretty on the skin. So I'm going to test this product a little bit more, but from my initial thoughts, I actually do really like how it turned out. So this is, so far, a yes. Now, if you are interested in the jojoba oil that I used, it's this one by Leven Rose, and I just got mine off of Amazon. It's cold pressed and unrefined, and I think I paid like a little bit over $20 for this, but it's just a great moisturizing agent, to be honest. And sometimes when I don't want to add moisturizer or I want more nourishment, then I go in with my oil, and it's a great additive for breaking down your foundations or just wanting a more lighter coverage. So in this case, with this foundation, I didn't know, but it actually oxidized like I mentioned, and most of the time it doesn't really do that with other foundations. So maybe there's something about that formula that the two of them just ended up happening. But yeah, so if you're curious, that is from Amazon, and it's a great jojoba oil. I have no complaints. I've had this for a while. It's the Lise Watier Portfolio Corrector palette, and I've had this for several years. Okay, maybe like 3 years, but honestly I still use it. Not on my clients, but on myself. I'm gonna use it until I can't anymore. But specifically for this look, I used the ivory and the green shade. Ivory, or not the ivory, sorry, the lilac. The lilac helps with brightness of dark blue areas, and so under the eyes, and then the green helps correct redness. So I applied that on the large protruding blemishes that I have right here, and it definitely helped. A little bit of this product goes a long way, so you don't want to add too much or else it looks a little bit cakey. And I'd say the finish of it is almost like a smoothing, blurring, powdery finish, more so demi-matte than it is dewy, which is nice because you don't want something like this to be dewy because it ends up creasing more and not lasting as long. It retails for, I believe, $43, and it's still available. So they have 3 different ones. They have the original, which is this one, and I use honestly like 4 out of the 5 correctors in here. So as you can tell, it's been well loved in my opinion. And then they have one for lighter complexions and they have one for darker complexions. So it's still available. Definitely recommend if you want to just heighten your makeup application game. Now, I was talking to my sister the other day about this, but this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and honestly, we both agree it is the best concealer from the drugstore. Honestly, it compares to luxury brands. It is my go-to when my makeup is failing me. I turn to this, and it just fixes everything. I love it so much. It retails for $11.99, and there's about 20 shades. I would say between 17 and 20 shades, so there's quite a fair amount of them. The only thing I have to say about this, only drawback, is a couple times I've gone to buy the color Light, the shade Light, 2 bottles of it, and both bottles are a little bit different from one another, so the shades are not consistent with the accurate tone, I guess, of what it should be. Sometimes it's a little bit off in color, and I don't know if that's just like a manufacturing thing or if maybe the product went rancid and was still in the drugstore. I don't think that's the case because my sister said the same thing. But it's quite a creamy formula. It's honestly very simple packaging. I've never had a spill with these. Sometimes, you know, with concealers, like it's spilled, but this one is great. Lasts quite a while, honestly. I use it for everything. I use it for under the eye, I use it for blemishes, I use it to brighten certain areas. It is just my go-to concealer. And I would say it's medium to full coverage, and I use this for everyday glam, I use it for weddings, I use it for everything. It's awesome. Love it so much. My favorite. This is the LA Colors Conceal It, Cover and Correct Concealer. I have mine in the shade CC566 Medium. These are amazing. They're only a few dollars, and honestly, it's up there with my Maybelline. These two together are like my power couple. Love them. They're my favorite. Very creamy. I would say it has more of like a light, airy feel to the skin, but it's quite cushiony of a formula. And natural finish, very natural finish, but you can build it up. Light to medium coverage, only a few dollars. They have 16 shades, so in comparison to the Maybelline, almost the same amount of shades. And like I said, they're only a few dollars, and this is wonderful for, same thing, covering blemishes, under the eyes, brightening certain areas. But when I use this specifically is when I just want a flush of coverage, like a little bit of coverage, and when I'm running out of the house, this is what I use. It lasts also really nicely throughout the day. So yeah, I love this concealer as well. For my bronze and contour, I was gonna go in with my Galactic La Creme foundation in Almond, but this one ended up being a little bit too light for my skin tone, so I had to opt for this, which I'm not mad about at all because I actually really like this product. It's the Revolution Pro HD Cream Contour Palette, and I have mine in the light medium. So what I have to say about this, very pigmented. However, once blended out, it is seamless, and it was really easy to blend out. If you can tell through the video, I applied quite a lot, and I thought for a second, oh no, how am I going to save this? And once I hit that brush, like, the product was blending into the skin, no problem. It did not disrupt the foundation underneath, and it does have more of a dewy finish. As you can tell, there is a lot of shine. I didn't even end up going in with a highlighter. So to bronze up the skin, this was great. And I even used, did I use another shade? No, I used my concealer to fix up areas. I just went in with this shade right here just to contour and bronze, and it did a fabulous job. And I had this in my makeup kit when I was freelancing. and I really liked it, but I did find that I had to set it down with a powder just because, like I said, it doesn't have a matte finish or a powdery finish. It has more of like a natural dewy finish. So, but anyway, it's a great affordable alternative to a contour palette if you were just starting out in the biz. So definitely check this out. I think it looks really pretty and it did what I needed it to do. From what I can gather on the website, they no longer offer the cream palettes, but they have a powder palette that looks decent, and they also have the contour cream sticks. So maybe that's this formula just in a stick form, but they do have the powder palette here, but I just can't find the cream HD Pro palette anymore. So just wanted to mention that if you are on the scout for it after me talking about it. I don't think they sell it anymore. But NYX has a great one. Check them out. And Profusion. For blush, I used the Melt Pink Sand Cream BlushLight by Melt Cosmetics. They have looks like 12 shades, and this is such a beautiful cream blush. I have no complaints. I think it provides the perfect amount of coverage, and I used a stippling brush, this one right here. I think you could use a more dense brush, but I just wanted to have more control over the pigment. But this is such a pretty shade, such a wonderful formula. I don't think you need to set it down. It does a great job at lasting throughout the day. If you want to pack a punch with it, you can, but you can also apply just a little bit and it looks really pretty. It says, honestly, it doesn't say much. It's 100% vegan, so we found that out. And they have 12 shades and it retails for $24 on their website. So they still sell them, and I'm not surprised because it's honestly such a nice cream blush. Go check it out. I'm going to move into the brow products, and this one is by the brand GXVE. I believe this is Gwen Stefani's brand, but I have the Most Def Clean Instant Definition Sculpting Eyebrow Pencil, and I think I have mine in the shade 5. I've only used this once or twice, and I haven't really used it, like maybe just a little bit to kind of fill in sparse areas, but it has a spoolie on one end, and then it has this really unique tip here. So I feel like you can apply a wash of color, and that, sorry, a lid just dropped, but you can apply a wash of color quickly, and you can also use the edge of the tip to have more like precise application. It's quite a dry formula, which I'm not mad about because I don't like creamy formulas most of the time for my brows because I don't want them to look greasy, but this is more of like a cool toned medium dark brown, and I think it complements my brow color really nicely. I have no complaints honestly with this product. I actually kind of like it, and I definitely see myself reaching for it again and again and again. But I just used it to fill in the sparse areas in the brow. Really natural looking. I feel like if you want, you can go bold with this, or you can keep it lightweight. It's still on Sephora. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7 shades, and they're $32, which is a little bit up there. Now, this is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. So you have one end for the lashes and the other end for the brows. Guys, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, for this and another one, you can get a 2-pack for $7. Very affordable. What does it say? It's a 2-pack of conditioning clear gel brow and lash mascaras to groom, define, and separate. Why we love it? It's a value bundle. It creates a healthy, defined look for your eyebrows and lashes. Clear formula works as a base under brow pencils and mascara. Long wear conditioning formula. Apparently it's a bestseller. The brow gel is, but But hear me out. The reason why I don't like this product isn't necessarily, it's not to do with the actual formula, it's to do with the component. It just gets so dirty. And then half the time I don't even apply brow product. It's mostly catching like concealer and foundation. And yes, I could apply this before I do all of those steps. But even if I didn't, I just feel like it's not, like it's like brown at this point. And when that happens, to reapply it, it's going to end up turning your brows a little bit stingy, of like a white cast almost. But they're okay. Like, I would say they're a light hold. They're definitely not gonna last like this all day long. Nothing compared to the Schwarzkopf Got to Be gel. It's a lightweight formula. The Lash mascara does nothing, but if you want something more minimal, and like almost nothing, maybe, I don't know, this is just not, I'm really trying to like give it the benefit of the doubt, but I just think the formula is, I don't know. I'm just, maybe if you're younger and you go for like the more minimal makeup look and just use a few steps, then okay, I can see this being an attractive makeup product to buy, but not for me. I need something with more of a punch, you know? And this just does not do it. It's so stingy looking, like it's brown now, you know? And it used to be clear. And then the Lash mascara, like, it's wet and it just does nothing to the lashes for me. Could be different for you, but that's just my experience. So, long story short, not a fan. But maybe it's meant for you and not for me. Whew, I am getting so hot because of these lights. Plus I'm wearing a sweater. Oh my god. Okay, let's move on to the eyes. So this is the Revlon Colorstay Cream Shadow in 720 Chocolate, and I really like this product, and I thought I wasn't going to after not trying it for a long time, but I do, and I'm going to explain why. I think back then maybe I wasn't too much of a fan of it because it didn't really do much of anything other than just like apply a wash of color and then call it a day. Maybe I was like more into like glitters and fun colors, but the reason why I like this is because it's more of a cool toned brown, and even for like chiseling certain areas or contouring, adding a little bit more shadow depth, this is a great product to use for that. And also it is like matte, but because I have pretty oily eyelids, it has such a natural like finish, and I think it looks so pretty. But it is quite a dry formula, so you definitely have to warm up the product, whether it be with a brush or your finger. You can apply this as a liner as well. I just am kind of in love with this shade. I think it looks so pretty, and maybe that's like the mature Catherine talking, like going for a cool toned mute brown on the lid is like the new thing, but I'm really into it. I think it looks really, really flattering. And the formula is really nice and it lasts all day. Like, I don't have to worry about this budging whatsoever. Whether I set it or not doesn't matter. So definitely worth checking out for multiple uses. Like I said, contour on the eyes, and even as an eyebrow product, like this cool tone brown could work for a lot of like ashy light brown brows. So yeah, really like it. Revlon, you have a lot of hidden gems. Let's just shout you out now because you're actually a great brand. Not everything, but a lot of it is awesome. They offer matte and shimmer. There's 12 shades. It's such luxe packaging too, like a glass luxe jar. And it comes with a little brush. I'll show you. I put it away. Here it is. It comes with a little brush, look, on the top. Not that I have used it, but it's still handy to have for traveling. But yeah, they're waterproof and they last up to 24 hours. Okay, run, don't walk. This is the Essence contouring eye pencil. One side is for contouring and the other side is for highlighting. I wanted to use this for the nose, but like the Galactic foundation, this was a little bit too fair for me when I did this makeup look, so I couldn't use it. However, I did use the highlighting end of it for the inner corner for the eye makeup, and it just adds a little bit of pink champagne pop, and I've used this several times. It's awesome. I still wanted to mention it because Essence has some wonderful affordable products. This they do not sell anymore, but I just looked and they still offer 2 little contouring cream palettes, a duo palette. Okay, my phone's so dirty. They have 2 little palettes, one for lighter and one for deeper skin tones, and they're only $5.99. They have really great reviews for this product, so maybe it's similar to this product, but I still wanted to mention it because I used the highlight end of it. Only a few dollars. I'm sure they have something similar to this, but I think Essence is a great affordable brand. I have another Essence product here. It's the Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner. It's waterproof and it comes with a sharpener on one end. I love this lip liner. It is such a nice cool tone mauve shade, and I think on my skin tone it's so flattering. It's lasting amazing. I've eaten, I've drank coffee, I've had this on for 3 hours, and the only thing I've had to reapply is the lipstick, but the actual lip liner, it hasn't budged. This one is in the shade Because duh. Let's see if it's still available. So through researching, they still have the 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner. This one is called the Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner. I'm sure it's the same thing, but it looks like they don't have Because oh, but they do have one that looks very similar, Cool Mauve 06. These are only $4.99. These prices are unheard of these days. So again, this is a product, run, don't walk. This is awesome. I love this lip liner. For mascara, I used the Stila Magnum mascara in Intense Black. I got a travel size of this, and so I ended up buying a full size of this because I love it. It doesn't smudge. It has this beautiful big thick brush, and I just have tons of volume instantly. It coats every lash, a great amount of length and separation. Honestly, I have no complaints. It doesn't smear, smudge, nothing. So this is great. Definitely check it out. And there's no smell, like barely any smell. It's a nice thick formula, but it coats, for me, every lash. It's really hard to find good mascaras. I just have a hard time, but that one I like so far. We are going back to e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the Seriously Satin e.l.f. lipstick in Creme. Now let's see if they still offer it. So they do still offer this lipstick, and it is $4. There's not a lot of product in here. It's like a little mini lipstick, but what I like about it is it's this perfect light nude, and it has like a demi shine to it. It's not too shiny. Quite a stiff formula, but I'm not mad at it. Like, I just feel like it it stays in place for quite a while, and for $4, like, that's awesome. The only complaint I have is the lid, like the packaging is very dingy, you know, like the lid doesn't really close all the way properly, and there's a couple cracks. The lid is just not good, but for $4, I really like this formula and this product, and I actually gravitate towards it most of the time when I want just a lighter inner lip moment. This is the shade that I reach for. This is the MAC Cosmetics 505 Fresh Brew Luster Lipstick. This, oh, I don't know why I haven't reached for this, but I'm so glad that I picked up this lipstick because it's such a nice shade.
Unfortunately, this lipstick shade is discontinued.
Just the pairing of this with
I did chat with a little MAC representative on their website, and I will include the chat above, but I just wanted to let you know before you get too excited about this lipstick because I love it so much. I don't want to let you down. So I did chat with one of the representatives, and I will insert the conversation here. There is hope that we found a little dupe for it.
Situation on the lip just looks so pretty, and the 3 products together, wow. Love how my lipstick turned out. But MAC, I love your lipsticks. I have no complaints, especially the classic ones. Like, they're up there. They're my all-times, you know, like, I don't know if it has to do with nostalgia, but I just think that MAC has such a great formula. So definitely check their lipsticks out. I don't know too much about the new formulas, but the original classic ones, like, you can't go wrong. So Fresh Brew, really pretty, cool toned, like light brown nude. The second last product is this. It's the Revolution, Makeup Revolution eyeliner, but it comes in this like spheric packaging, really pretty, and I like the fact that the lid snaps. I like it. I like this liner. The only thing that I have to say about it is it takes a while to dry down, but that can be handy when, in this situation, I wanted something to smudge out on the outer corner. So I used this liner, and then I went in with my dual fiber brush and I just like smudged the liner, the liquid liner out, and it created exactly what I wanted. I think if you just need it for a few hours and you want something more like natural, like more of a natural wing, then I think this could do it for you. It has a really thin felt tip, which is really nice. I find that it doesn't leak too much, the product, which is kind of hard to find sometimes with felt tips. Sometimes they do leak and tend to bleed, but this one doesn't do too much bleeding, and I find that you can also get really in there, you know? I think the finish is more shiny. It's definitely not like ultra matte. So yeah, just something to mention. But as you can tell, I am nearing the end of this video and I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap, I'm ready for bed. But we're getting through it. The last product, unfortunately, is discontinued, and you can't really find it anywhere, but I still wanted to mention it because Pearlescence, which is the brand, is offered at some TJ Maxx or Winner locations. So this is the Up All Night Mattifying Makeup Setting Spray, and it's in a really pretty ombre matte bottle, glass bottle, and this did an amazing job. I have the Urban Decay Up All Night or All Nighter setting spray. This is like, you know, it's not an exact dupe, but I think it did a really great job, especially because I have a lot of cream products going on. Plus I have skincare moisturizing products on underneath. So I was worried that I was going to turn out to be a really hot, greasy, oily mess. And what I found with this is it just blended all the products together, and it's made my makeup last, I believe, longer than what I think it would have lasted without it on, because they're all cream and quite dewy finishes. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. It was $10, but I don't think you can find it anymore. But check out your local like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Winners. They might have something like this. And it might not be a brand you're familiar with, but I think it's worth checking out regardless and trying out. That is it for today's video. I have completed all of the products, all the reviews. I am tired. I am ready to go to bed. It's been a long day. Honestly, earlier today I had food poisoning, and I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to mushrooms, or I didn't cook those mushrooms all the way through, or those mushrooms were rancid and I ate them. So it's one of the three, or it's avocado. I don't know, but I was really sick today, so I am ready for bed. But I needed to just sit down, do my makeup, and record because it brings me joy and it is my escape. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're well. Please subscribe. It would mean so much. Let me know your name and where you're from down in the comments, and let's connect. Let's get to know one another. Let's grow the community. If there are any products that you want me to try out or that you recommend, let me know. But anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.